there, studio owner. You've put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating a brick and mortar business that serves your clients and impacts the community you love. You are my hero. And I'm pretty sure we could sit down and talk like besties do, because I get it. I've had my studio business for over 12 years, a handful of kids, and a few passion projects that I love. Like this one. Hey there, I'm Melissa Rose, your visibility coach for the studio owner who wants more stellar clients coming through their doors, more bank in their bank account, and more time to hang out and be completely present with those they love most. In this podcast, we're going to share the nitty-gritty of running a successful studio business, sharing stories, talking strategy, and learning practical tips that leave you inspired, empowered, and equipped to create your epic life every single day. So, if you're a dance studio, yoga studio, Pilates studio, or a fitness boutique studio, you are in the right place. Add some kiddos into the mix and maybe a life partner, and I call you a rebel woman. Ready to dive in? Let's get real. Hey there, rebel women. How are you? We are going to talk tools today, and I kind of geek out on this, but I wanted to just talk about tools for the business that I use daily, okay? So it's going to be a super short list because they're tools that I use daily, and I wanted to make sure they are tools that all of you could use, whether you have a music studio, Pilates studio, dance studio, whatever. And I'm a big fan of keeping it simple, big fan of automation and delegation, and I'm pretty frugal. So I wanted to share tools that make sense to help you grow and scale, but also make your life easier and have the capacity to do that. All right. So to get these tools for your business, go to MsMelissaRose.com, and there is a tab called Work With Me, and under there is Business Tools. So you'll see the list there. And yes, these are all affiliated links. So if you choose that they are right for you, I do get a little kickback. So I'm just going to say that up front. And you know what? If you decide to use these tools, you can do the same thing with your people. All right. So the first one that I'm going to talk about, let me talk about why I wanted and needed it. I wanted to have a membership and a course. And I was looking at different platforms to do that. All right. So for my studio, we have Dance on Demand, which is a library of classes and that we do serve for our private students as well as our adult students. So it becomes a supplement for their class time. And then it's also for people who grew up dancing and miss it. So it's this library of content that they can learn how to dance and take classes. Okay, so I wanted to do that. I also wanted to have this for my coaching business where I come in with trainings and all this stuff. So I knew I wanted this. And I was looking at different platforms. And it came down to Simplero because at that time I was working with a coach that highly recommended it. Since then I've looked at Kajabi and others, Teachable, there's a whole slew of them out there. But I love Simplero because, you guys, there are so many things it does. And if I didn't have my dance studio software already, I would not use my dance studio software and just use Simplero, okay? Because you can do it that way. But I have Simplero because I can sell products on there. I can have a library of video and photography in there, all my graphics. I can create email lists and know the stats of emails. I can create landing pages. I can tag people properly and categorize people. There is so much, plus my website is all done through Simplero, so it's all templated. So check out my website, the MsMelissaRose.com or thedancinghouse.com. Both of them I go through Simplero. It is a big undertaking if you choose to do something like this. Meaning, once you invest in this type of software, y'all, it takes a lot to change. Okay, so if you've already invested time, energy, and resources into another one, do your homework and look at what it does. I've been super pleased with the back office help, the library of content to help. Simplero is designed to be simple. in the beginning, it was a little bit of a master's degree because this was all new for me, right? Like creating a library of content, creating a course, creating a membership. But it does have the automation capacity and all that amazing stuff, which is so, so great. Once you get it set up and know how to do it, it is life-changing. So I am a huge fan, and you can get a free week trial there. So again, I have my link there where you can check it out and see. And you can also outsource it. You can hire one of their people to set everything up and get it going and rock on. The other thing, I mean, and you're not limited to how many courses or memberships you have within this. It's, yes, if you choose to sell products, then you go to the next tier or whatever. But once you're at the top tier, you can have as many memberships or courses or whatever. So I have my Dance on Demand membership, and then I also have a library or course for my coaching business. But then, you guys, I also do a library for my teaching staff of trainings, of mini trainings. So think of all the places that you might already have trainings. Like maybe you have them in Google Docs or Google Drive. Maybe you have them in Loom, like a Loom library. Maybe you have a YouTube channel. I'm just thinking of all the different places you could store videos and training videos and all the resources that you have for your studio. Could you bring them all into one place? And that's the other thing I like about this, is because it's my library of content in case something would happen with the other big platforms like YouTube or something like that. So I love it. We use it daily. It's basically always open. So Simplero is my number one there. The next tool that I use daily, and you have to have, is a financial accounting software. All right. And I use QuickBooks, and it is very intuitive. It is very user friendly. It is basically, once it's connected to your bank, everything is automatically uploaded, and then you once it learns how you spend your money and where you spend your money, you just have to click match, and everything's dumped into the right category, and then you reconcile at the end of the month. Now, I do this myself. I like to know where everything's going. Some people hire a bookkeeper. I recommend you hire a bookkeeper ASAP if that is not your forte, and then they can set this up for you. But QuickBooks is not this huge investment. It doesn't have to be, but I do my payroll through QuickBooks, everything. So there's plenty of other softwares that do accounting. Check prices, check user friendliness, and do what's best for you. But do not have this, okay? As business owners, you need to know where all your money is going, and you need to know exactly where you are financially. You need to know how much percentage-wise you have in overhead and payroll and marketing, so that you can make smart choices. All right. So don't think, don't just guess in your head. Okay. Believe me, I have done that. And then you look at the black and white numbers and you're going, oh no, I was off by a few $1,000s. I always kind of joke like, I'm off by a decimal point, which could be a big deal. Okay. So back in the beginning, and sometimes Ms. Melissa is still off. So make sure you are keeping track of that. So I have a link to QuickBooks there. I've been using it, many, many years. I did it for my husband's business when he had a business. And then when I started taking my business seriously in 2015, that's when I invested in it for my business. So there's that. And then my final one, which is super fun, is Canva. Canva is just a playground for graphic design. And Canva has gotten so much better in the past few years. So I pay for my membership monthly. When you go into a pro membership, you do get so much more. I highly recommend it because you do get so much more with fonts and creative aspects there. And they have just made it so lovely. Like, you just look like a rock star. So for those of you that are paying for graphic designers, not that I want you to do it yourself, but you could hire a high school student, part-time mom or parent to help you with that, because Canva is so user-friendly and so fun to just get in there and play around with. And that is why I don't recommend that you, the business owner, do it, because you can waste, and I'm going to say waste, so much time getting creative. And I know it's fun because I have a blast with it myself, but are there other things that you could do? You could hire somebody for $15 an hour and create four graphics, 4, 6, 8 graphics, depending on their ability, for you, so that you can have that. So I hire that out with my social media person, but Canva is awesome, and the free version is great, but the pro it's worth it, and I think it's like $9 a month. So those are the 3 tools that we use every day in our business. If you go to MsMelissaRose.com, click the Work With Me tab, and then Business Tools, you'll see some other tools that I do have there as well. Some of them are for the home and family that I use, weekly. So check them out. And again, I do get a little kickback if you choose to click the link and move forward and get your own account. And I say thank you very much if you do that. But I just wanted to share because I don't use a ton of things. Basically what you see there on the landing page is what I use in my business. We don't do much more. So things are pretty slick, So I hope that helps you. I hope you find it useful. If you use something else, let me know. I would love to hear from you. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you here, same time, same place next week. Peace. Bye-bye.